some lights here so I can actually see my notes. Let's roll for recap. I got.
Is it high or low?
It's always high in Triguard. I got. I promise you, it'll be whatever Chris wants it to be next in the next couple sessions. I got a 16, so thank goodness.
Well,
I got a 9.
13.
Thank
So
goodness.
it's me with a
Ooh.
I think
9.
it's Chris, yeah.
Well, that's exciting because I think you're going to do the best job.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no pressure, Chris, but
No pressure. So to turn it back the dial a little bit further, just for our newly welcome back friend, Boot Arbot, you, if you here have a little glitch in your memory bank, and then you remember Aranis going to sleep and having some convulsions and turning into a black mist of smoke and proclaiming that I am, how did he call himself? Darth Aranis. No, it was something else that was cooler, but I have it written as Darth Aranis. And he proceeded to attack us, and he killed, or he hit Aranis or Ignis with his blade that threw Ignis into hell, where Ignis let Sigurd off the Hellfire.
That was
and
dope.
Came back and then died.
Thank you for remembering that, yeah.
Came back, was brought back from the dead, and then died again.
Mm-hmm.
And then brought back from the dead, and we find out that Aranis has a connection to Asmodeus.
that's right.
Is why this is coming back, and Asmodeus was helping Aranis in his attempt to kill us and collect souls. We eventually subdue Aranis, take him out, Darth Aranis out, and he turns back into Aranis, and then we hog tie him. And he persuades you, Boot Arbot, to untie him, because for some reason you had trust in his honesty that he didn't know what was going on. So you released him as we were letting Elroy go before Elroy threatened us, and then we murdered him. Or we were getting ready to when the zombies attacked. And all last session, we were running from the zombies, running to the cathedral ball. And we ran past 1,000,000 black toads. We attempted to help a wizard get something from a shop, and Aranis murdered someone, stole random stuff. We see a knight with some prisoners in chains, and we keep getting attacked by zombies. We steal some trophies from these hunters selling stuff on the road when they got attacked by zombies. We saved 2 little kids who got lost and attacked. Helped an old man start his coach and carriage business. Saw a couple people die. Got some trinkets. Tried to help the cabbage man. Found the thieves.
Oh, the fruit cart. The fruit cart.
Yeah,
That's
the cabbage guy from Avatar.
The cabbage man. It's like Triguard's Candyman.
Yep. We found some code about noblemen being kidnapped, and Aranis, or Sprock's illegitimate child, was being arrested, and we were able to free him with some stern words. Then we got to the cathedral and saw Lololo whooping up on a couple hundred zombies. We came flying in like Apocalypse Now, plowing all the zombies out, and Lololo slammed Aranis's body against the door to open it for us.
Yes. Yeah, Aaron, you logged out, and the key to getting inside the House of Ball was to shed some living blood on the doors, and Lololo did that by grabbing your body and running through the darkness, and bashing you against the wall, giving you, I believe it was six damage, bludgeoning. And then the doors closed. Do you remember what happened when the doors closed, Chris?
I do not. I
Um,
think that's where you pick up.
Lololo was speaking to you in these this language that is not known, and it sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but you guys can't. You don't understand it. But he was trying to gesture and point, and he was doing essentially like, you guys. He was trying to say, why don't you give me a
Oh, that's right. I remember.
yeah, what?
He was standing there with some elephant
Right.
person in armor who said they would help hold off.
His elephant in armor came through the door right shortly thereafter, and came in, and she said, "Ah, King Lololo, what is happening here?" And Lololo said something in a language that cannot be discerned. It sounds like this, yeah, get to the chopper, and come on, kill me. And she says, "Gentlemen, I am going to, I am the leader of the head of the army and guard here in Trigard, and I am going to try to defend the keep the zombies at bay as you guys work your way through the dungeon." Do you guys remember, or the church? You guys remember why you're going to the church?
I think they get information about the skulls
Yes.
or the sages.
She says to you, information about these skulls and the sages is you've come to the right place. And Lolo's like, come on, I need to get the thing. And she says, let me interpret the King Lolo's language the best I can. And she rolls an insight of a 15 plus whatever she has, and she's able to understand what he says. And she says, there is some sort of object here, hidden deep under the. You guys remember? There's an object hidden under the chapel or the church that could give you insight, and it's very important, and it has a value to it, which sort of some power to it that allows you to use the skulls, is what I believe you guys learned from when Buderbot decided to kill the old lady. I'm not 100% sure, but that may have been learned at that point in time. So she sort of reminds you of that.
Well,
And she's
we do have a key to the second sub basement.
right.
If it's down in that area, we do have a key to get in there.
Cool.
It was gifted to me by a very dear friend trying to help aid us on our quest.
Well, let's fucking go.
Cool. So she is going. Her name is, and I'm going blank here. Give me 1 second. Her name is Collie. She says, "I am Collie Leafort, the Knight Marshal of King Lololo's Iron Sentinels, and I will be holding the door with King Lololo while you look for your knowledge. But it turns out these zombies, it seems, are headed towards this chapel, and I'm not 100% sure why. But we will block them off, fellow warriors. Please, make it quick. Be fast and come back and assist, she says. Jake, let me drop you into the...
What is her
Yeah.
title again?
Her name is Kali Leafort,
Yeah.
and she's the Knight Marshal of King Lololo's Iron Sentinels, the Iron Sentinels of Trigard. And she looks to you, Matt. Roll me a wisdom.
Wisdom save.
Yeah, or just a wisdom check. Yeah.
17.
She looks to you to be a grand warrior, and she is dressed in knight's armor, glittering with gold. But for whatever reason, her weapon of choice, it seems, resembles. I wouldn't think that they play golf in in Trigard, but she's holding a golf club for some reason.
Okay.
And it's made out of metal and looks heavy, and it is an elephant, and she seems to be some sort of paladin of a kind. Sprock, where are you? Here you are. All right, so I got Aaron, Sprock. Who am I missing? I'm missing Chris. All right, you guys look around. In this, you just imagine that what I've put together here, every room is going to be a little bit bigger than what it is, but for the purpose of game time, I can just describe to you what it is, and we'll move forward. As usual, it's every 5 feet is 1 square. You guys have free roam, and Chris, where the hell are you?
I'm gonna start inspecting these walls. Is there anything on these walls?
Yeah, there's pictures of skulls and droplets, similar to that on the door. I don't know if you would know. Oh yeah, Sprock, you remember last time who Baal was. I tested you, and you sort of passed. You remember that Baal is the god of murder, and this was from last time, right after we got in here, I tested you. You remember that Baal is one of the gods that Doomhand was sort of after. You just remember the tale of Doomhand, and Baal has some sort of integral part in Doomhand's story and how he might want to destroy the followers of Baal. That's all you know. But the tapestries and the religious icons and idols around the room, you can see they're sort of like depictions of Baal, depictions of this weird character with a goatee and a mustache, red eyes, killing random people. It looks like most of them are unsuspecting victims. There are some important slayings, like people hanging and gathering around, but it seems like it's a pretty awful place awful place of worship.
Well, if Baal is the god of like murder, right?
God of murder.
Kind of checks out.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even need a history check for that one. Just know.
The two characters, King Lololo and the what's her name, Kali, are going to sort of head towards the door, and she's going to say, "We're going to open this, and we are going to defend the House of Baal. You can trust that we will keep it locked and safe. None of our blood will be shed on this door. Thank goodness for the magic of Baal." And they open it and they slide out to defend the the sacred church. You guys are in it now. Who am I missing here? Oh, Chris, you're Stag. Where is Stag?
Oh, and we have the grandfather clock.
And you have the grandfather clock. The grandfather
We,
clock
might
is
as
still.
well we should probably have Zergo on the board.
Yes. I'm gonna just.
So is being a bard just mean you have pet furniture, or is this just how Chris wants to play?
It's the specific kind of bard that I am. I'm a Disney princess.
Matt. Do we have anyone else that we need to put in? I know that Aaron.
Elroy is dead.
Elroy's dead.
Yeah, he died.
I need a piece of furniture.
Yeah, I will give you a piece of furniture. That's hilarious. Clock. You know what? I think they're in our little bags over here. Yeah. Okay. So what would you guys like to do? Venture in, or do you want to leave and go? There's always that
Let's
option.
venture in.
Get the hell
We're
out of
gonna-
here.
Now that we've done all this work to get here, I think we should go take a nap.
Booter, I'll turn to you, and I'll pull out a sword, a little short sword that I have. I think this would be best served in your hands, and I'll hand you Tranquility.
What is it called?
It's called Tranquility. It's a short sword that our friend Nagland gave us, and I think you might be able to do more with it than any of us.
Okay, cool.
As you guys venture in, who's going to go first? Who's leading the charge here?
Oh, I should ask also, I have full health. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
believe
think you
so.
should.
You know what, Booterbot?
He goes first.
You've taken 18 slashing damage from the run. It's not likely that you would have had a siege at the House of Ball with. I think it was 400 zombies that you guys fought.
It was a lot of zombies. It was a lot.
Yeah,
of zombies.
I would say that Booter, you had some slashing damage. Let's give it 18. I just rolled a random die. So 18
Are you
sounds
still
right.
gotta go first though?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, why not?
Me? Sure. I will walk down the hallway.
Okay. You get to the end, and as you take your first step, as you take your first here, hit F on it. If you hit F on your character, it'll flip it. As you walk down, you hear of an echo in the magical echo. Everyone gets a little bit of goosebumps, and it says, "Ball awaits thee. Ball embraces thee. None escape Ball." And everyone who has changed character, everyone who is now, who was a bunny? Did that time run out yet?
No, it did not run out yet.
Everyone seems to morph back into their normal beings.
Oh shit! Even Zergo?
Even Zergo. Zergo is now.
All right.
Zergo, I've put as a mini you. You can choose to carry him if you want. If you're going to carry the baby, how are you carrying him? Because that depends on.
I'll be very specific. He's swaddled around my back.
Okay.
He's swaddled like a backpack.
Okay. So, all right. So you guys walk through, and you get to this. There's nothing in the hallway, nothing deceiving. As you walk in, you just see that these images on the wall are just like clearly of death. It's insane. What the hell kind of church is this? Unless that's your thing, Aaron. Unless death is your thing, in which case you're like, I kind of like this place. This place reminds me of when we take long rests. I don't know. And you get to this area. It is a very large room, and in the center of it, is a who's going in there first?
Me, I guess.
Okay.
Bonk.
You look in this room. Booter, give me a perception check. I hate doing perception checks for everything, but then I will stop doing that because you don't even pass the perception. But
I got an 8.
okay, you look around the room. There are columns that have designs on them. There are some images on the wall further down yonder. I've colored those walls differently that have the images on them. In the center of the room, it looks like there's like a model of. It looks like a. You were from Trigard 100 years ago. Your maiden or madam that sort of created you, your creator essentially, who is Debo, was very much invested in the Underdark. So you would recognize in the middle of the room this pink square. That is a replica of some sort of large city, massive city, but you don't know quite what city that is with an 8. That's all you see.
Okay. Anybody else want to come join me?
I'll ride behind you with the clock.
Yeah, I'm still on the clock, right?
No,
Are we
you
all on
are-
the clock? No, you're on the ground.
It was just Ignis and Stag sitting inside the clock.
So if you're driving the clock, I am right behind you. So I'm gonna do a sleight of hand check to see if I can get out of my bondage. We gotta.
You're not tied on.
No,
Aaron,
Booter let you go.
No, you guys.
Yeah, I thought
you
I
guys
freed
just Lolo picked him up and ran through. You guys were tied. You guys were tied up a session ago. Negative things for you, but.
Because I asked and everybody said I literally just asked and they said,
you're not tied up. You're not tied up right now.
Not at the moment. You will be soon.
I would imagine that everyone's sort of wary of your actions, but you're not tied up.
Is there
I'm not
any
playing
pattern to the skulls on the walls?
Say that again.
Is there any pattern to the skulls on the walls?
These skulls, they are skulls. I wouldn't. Give me an insight check. Actually, why don't you give me religion? Let's scratch that.
Oh man, I rolled a nat 20 on that.
Okay, so get your nat 20 religion. You, through your rogue days, you are very familiar with, for whatever reason, rogue lore, and you understand that the god of murder sometimes, murder is something that you need to do when you need to steal from people. And so you are familiar with some of the symbolisms of the god of murder. These skulls that are on here are decorated with skulls and teardrops that are in the form of blood in the form of teardrops and circles around a skull. You do not see anything that resembles the skulls of power. These are specifically designed images from who knows who built this place for the praise of our Lord Baal.
Okay. So I just a couple things real quick. I just want you to know I have blind sense. So if as long as I'm able to hear any location, the location of any hidden or invisible creature within 10 feet of me, I know exists. So I'm just gonna point that out.
Okay.
Also, because of my versatile trickster feat, I can use as a bonus action designate a creature within 5 feet of my mage hand and gain advantage on that attack roll against the creature until the end of turn.
Oops. Say that again.
Versatile trickster. As a bonus action, you can designate a creature within 5 feet of your mage hand to give you advantage on attack rolls against that creature until the end of turn.
Okay.
Um,
Probably the best use for Mage Hand I've heard of.
and then I also have evasion, which is when you are subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dex saving throw to take only half damage. You instead take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw, and then only half damage if you fail.
Okay.
Cool.
And then I
This is the part where you blow up a nuke.
I also have Mage Slayer, and so if anyone casts a spell within melee range, I attack them.
Well, that's a whole bunch of meta. So who's?
I'm letting you know.
I know. I'm aware. I'm aware. I can see your character sheet. What?
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, baby. I got you. I got you. I don't know if you're going to need all of that right this second, but you will need it shortly, maybe.
Well, you should know, Spencer, that if there is an invisible person,
Well, yeah, that's
He's
the
ready.
invisible person is
Well,
more
a creature. A creature is a creature. All right. So Booterbot, you're in the head. What do you do? Are you gonna wander in?
yeah, I'll just kind of wander in casually and let everybody
Okay.
else file in the room behind me.
Let's turn on your guys' measurement stuff. Here you go. Okay. Okay. And Sprock, it looks like you're in the next. Are you gonna follow in?
Absolutely.
Okay. As soon as Sprock enters, a weird spirit. Now, creature is not a spirit, right? So, Aaron, you would not see this, but for Sprock, you see this. Give me a history check from past. I don't know how long ago when you guys were on the ship. How long ago do you think these Kraken was? Days,
like
weeks?
3 weeks.
Weeks. So like a
Yeah.
month, maybe a month.
Yeah, a month sounds about right.
All right. You see this, so I would imagine that. Give me a low history check.
I got 7.
Okay. You see this character come over to you. Weird. All of a sudden, in the shadows, comes out of nowhere, and he says, "Sprock." And his voice rings bells. So I'm going to give you an advantage on that roll. His voice, you remember. Sprock, roll me another history check.
Other history check.
Mm-hmm.
9.
Sprock, why did you murder me?
Oh shit.
And as this character gets closer and closer to you, he sort of starts to resemble the Kraken priest that you chewed his brain. Why did you murder me? It says again.
For energy.
And it disappears as soon as you respond. As you get into this room, you notice, Sprock, exactly what Booterbot noticed. You notice that this room has columns, and on the columns are, and this is free roam. Everyone's allowed to go in the room. You don't see any danger necessarily in the immediate area, but you do see that these columns have specific designs on them. They're all a little bit different, and something eerie about something about those images on the wall. I've put a pink, yellow, and green brick walls. The tapestry is drawing you closer to it. Out of the corner of your eye, you see those tapestries. Everyone else sees the same thing. This room is essentially, there are 6 pillars. There's a a lifelike model, but just miniature of a city. Booterbot.
This is Crosby. Crosby failed a deck save, causing him to get smashed by a giant alchemist in the Shadowhide realm. Don't be a Crosby. Roll high and subscribe.
Was not able to determine which one, and there's tapestries.
Yeah, I would love some help figuring out the city, guys, or figuring out what's going on in this room. Whatever you guys want to look at.
Spencer, can you unlock my token and the clock?
Yes.
I meant Chris's win because I'm on the clock right now.
That's fine.
Literally, that wasn't figurative.
Yeah, I mean, like, I could do some investigating or some arcana checking or some history checking, but I figure who's
well, I've traveled around a little bit. I'll take a look at that city.
So the way I want to run these types of things and try to run them from now on, I don't want someone to be like, okay, I'm going to do a history check. Once you do your history check, you're done with history checks for the foreseeable future. So, but you can do other checks too to try to improvise what it is you want to do. So, like if you go over and you do a perception check and don't see anything, you can try to do something. I just don't want you to over and over it. Unless another person wants to do a history check, they can certainly do that.
I think that's good.
Yeah, because
I like that.
Because then I could just tell you what it is if it gets, whatever. But Booterbot, you can certainly do an Arcana check. Why don't you? What are you looking at?
How about actually? Can I just do investigation on the tapestries on the wall?
Yes, sir. Go ahead and give me an investigation.
It is a 12. 7.
Okay, you see the purple tapestry, which I will label number 1. There is a familiar-looking character with a blue face that is shaking hands with another character that looks similar to a drow from the Underdark. This person that is shaking hands with the blue face seems to be more of like upper class attire. Is shaking hands with a middle class attired drow. And then you get you look over at the yellow one, and you see that this same blue face character is shaking hands. No, not shaking hands, but has his arm around a old gray-looking elderbrain. And then the green tapestry.
Gray elderbrain?
Yeah, an elderbrain. It's just a tapestry. An elderbrain. And then this green.
Sorry, I'm just imagining like your arm around an elderbrain.
Exactly.
Like he's your bro. I thought those things were the size of like a build.
And then this tapestry on the right has this character shaking hands with some other character. Also, it looks like another drow. It seems like the drow on the left and the drow on the right and the elderbrain, they're sort of telling some sort of weird story.
All right. If any of you want to help me figure out what the hell all that meant, come on down.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of just walk into the room. I don't know if these people are actually just standing in the hall or not, but
yeah, you can move around, do whatever you want.
On the other side of the room, can I do like a perception check? Just like I'm gonna circle this center monolith thing and just kind of like, can I get a perception check of the room, of like everything in the room?
Yeah, go ahead. You don't have to. Yeah, give me a perception check and then.
25.
Okay, so 25 perception check. You're able to see that there are these 6 pillars. This room is built to is sort of like an ode to the Underdark, and you can see written in Goblin, and for whatever reason, and you are fluent in Goblin, you can see that it says Trident on the side of this big purple replica miniature model of Trident, the city in the middle, in the mid Underdark, right? Middle
Trident?
Trident, the city in the Middle Dark. Trident,
Okay.
Aaron.
Not to be confused with Trigard.
No. Sprock is having recollections of and trying to figure out probably what is going on with the Kraken Priest. But as you guys remember, the Kraken Priest was from Trident, and he also dropped. Wait, Aaron, did you pick up the paper from that he dropped? You remember the flyers?
The flyers.
The flyers.
Wait, when we were leaving, and
So Sprock ate the Kraken's brain, the Kraken priest's brain, and then you guys went through his clothes and stuff to try to pick up whatever it was. He had dropped a couple flyers on him. I don't know who has that.
I don't know if that was me.
Okay, it's probably Sprock.
I mean, I do have a parchment with unintelligible words. I don't know if that's supposed to be it.
That's a different thing.
Okay.
And with your 25, you can make out that. So we're going to go around the room here. So starting with this guy, A, and going in a circle of clockwise. A, and then B, the columns. These columns have different animals on them. Column A has a bear. The second one has an owl. And I will tell you them again as you go through the room. Another one has a fox. Another one has a butterfly. Another one has a cat. And another one has an eagle.
An eel?
An eagle.
Oh, eagle.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there like recesses in these things?
You also see a door which is closed.
Is there and the door itself has no symbols on it or anything?
No, it doesn't even, and it also does not have a handle to open.
Gotcha. So I guess I'll go over to Booter and I'll go, do you recognize any similarities between these tapestries and these columns? And like the images on the columns?
Booter, you're muted.
Sorry about that. According to what you were saying, Spencer, you were saying I can't just do investigation again now, right?
Well, you guys have kind of, you can. I'd rather you do something else, but what would you like to do? Tell me.
Let's do a religion check.
Ooh.
Ta-da! And I rolled a natty 1. Yay.
You think to yourself, this is definitely the House of Ball.
Balls.
But you do not gain. You do not. Yeah, you don't gain any information for that.
Yeah, unfortunately, not really. Cannot draw a correlation between these things.
Sprock.
Let's start touching stuff until we can make something.
Sprock, this tapestry is calling to you. Something about the tapestry is ringing, is sparking interest in your mind. But so how should we do this? Should we roll initiative and have you guys figure it out? Go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted.
I mean, that might help us like know when we should be doing things. If this is
Just
a puzzle, it might help. But if this is just like touch stuff until they work, I would just start moving things.
I feel like even with the puzzle, free range is better.
Okay.
Someone just take the lead and we'll all follow.
I'll try and press onto the bear pillar, see if there's anything that like depresses in or like signals something or something turns.
what are you going to use to press it? Give me a.
I'll take my club and start poking around, seeing if I have any like knobs or parts of the shape on there, or the words or anything moves or can move.
Okay. As you press, give me a. All right, so you see that there's a emblem of a bear. It's a whole bunch of bear-looking. It's just walking around. There's a sculpture of it circling the column. Are you going to press the bear? Is that what you're? What are you pressing?
Well, I'm gonna see if I'm gonna try and push it, or see if there's anything on there that I can push.
Okay.
That might be like a hidden button or door or
Okay.
something.
As you push this column, a voice rings out, and it says, what did it say to you at the very beginning? Ball awaits thee, ball embraces thee. Sorry, hold on. It says, courage. Courage is a symbol of the bear. And the column that you are touching starts to glow a bright yellow.
Well, maybe we touch these, I guess.
I mean, the column glowed yellow. The bear column.
Courage is a symbol of the bear. It was courageous of thee to go first to touch. And the column glows. Sprock, your turn. What do you want to do? Maybe Jake's not there.
What? Shit. I'm trying to remember.
Who's near the P pillar?
Hold on one sec.
Which pillow?
Aranis, Aranis or Buddha, go check out this next pillar, this owl one.
Yeah, just
Sure.
start pushing shit.
I'm just trying to not like be doing everything. I want y'all to do stuff.
It's fine. We all have life and kids and life in general, so if we have to walk away.
Also, that's just how the sessions go, man.
Yeah.
You're up.
Yeah,
If you can solve stuff, definitely solve stuff.
Fucking go for it, man.
go push buttons.
Also, you haven't been here in like 3 weeks. Do some shit. Only thing you've done since you've been gone is save Aranis from dying.
Which, you know,
Booter,
simple choice.
Booter, give me as you get up to this one, you see it's an owl. Give me a nature check.
Cool.
You can either give me a nature check, or I guess it would be a wisdom check.
I rolled the nature check already.
Okay.
And I got a 17.
Okay. You remember, I guess I don't know how you learned your stuff. It was uploaded.
Yeah.
You remember during Debo's uploading, Debo was lucky for you, was a nature freak. She loved nature. She loved exploring, which is one of the reasons why she was very into the Underdark, to see the differences between the Underdark and the above dark, or the regular planes. You remember that the owl is a symbol for, especially in Trigard, for wisdom and knowledge.
Mhm. Cool. So we got courage, wisdom. Who's up next?
Sounds like a little Triforcey to me.
Well, let's touch all the pillars and see.
You know what? Who has the blue skull? Who has the green skull?
I have the green skull.
I
So
believe the blue
You have
skull
the
is
red.
is
and I have
missing.
red. Red is probably power. Blue is probably wisdom. Or blue is probably magic.
Hey,
Wisdom. No, green is probably courage, and blue is
Well,
probably.
let's find out what it says on all of them.
I believe the blue skull is missing.
Yes.
Not missing. It's in a pocket dimension. Not quite the same thing.
Right, but the person, the Blue Skull Force Ranger, still has the Blue Skull Force powers, right?
Yes, but not the blue skull.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
the
not the literal skull.
coins and the skulls are different.
Yes.
Yeah, but the coin is still embedded in his hand, right? In their hand.
Yes.
But that's still different from the blue skull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As said before, this particular room and the tapestry and the imagery leaves you to believe that this house is specifically designed for Ball and not necessarily the skulls of power in this moment.
Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, I guess let's go check this other pillar to make sure to see what resonates with that.
Which one? There's a bear, which
Eagle.
the bear pillar seems to be glowing.
Right.
The owl pillar, the fox pillar, the butterfly, the cat, and the eagle are all not glowing.
All right, I want to go to the eagle.
Okay. That would be the furthest one. This one.
That one? Okay.
Yeah, I can just move you over there if you want. This one.
Yeah.
Ignis, if you're still on the clock, I'll float over to the fox pillar and tell you. I think this one's for you.
I am still on my closet.
Aaron, you see an eagle with your high investigation and perception. You know that that's an eagle. Do you have history? Describe to me a reason why you would know what the symbolism of an eagle is. And let's go from there. Let's do a little role play there.
Well, an eagle is a predator. Very swift in their hunt, and I don't know. I guess a sense of regality. I don't know. I guess it's an eagle. I don't know.
Okay. So with that knowledge about the eagle, is there something that your character wants to do? Are you trying to
I am on the. You said the other one was a butterfly, a fox.
an owl, a fox, a butterfly, a cat, and an eagle?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know about Sly, but I think. Yeah. Okay. So, and sorry, what was the question you just asked me?
What is your character trying to do? So you see this image of the eagle, and you have these memories of your own characters, your player characters' interpretation of what the importance of an eagle is. After seeing and hearing Stag interact with the totem of the bear, and you hear the word courage as a symbol of the bear, and it starts to glow. Is there something that you?
Is there like a word like a one word to describe like what an eagle might represent? Is that what you're asking?
No, I was asking what your character wants to do.
Oh, I'm gonna touch it. Specifically with the hand with the coin, because I'm still not convinced that this is all. I'm gonna touch it with my coin hand. The hand with the symbol on it.
It just feels like a normal column.
Does it glow at all? Because the other one glowed yellow.
Booter, your totem that you were in front of or column is still the owl. It did not glow. So clearly something has activated the column to glow, based on what.
Wait, who touched the bear when it glowed?
Stag did. I poked it with my stick.
Stag touched the bear and it glowed. You touched the owl.
Well, I pushed the bear in.
It said the symbolism of courage. The courage is a symbolic of the bear. You were courageous for going first, and it started to glow.
So for the eagle, I mean, you could try pressing the symbol in and just seeing what happens, but you might need to do something correlated to the pillar.
Right.
Pillar glow.
Booter, I'm going to give you a little, what's it called?
Cool point?
Yeah, you know what, Booter, you get a cool point. Good for you.
Yeah, give him a cool point. I'm going to try to push the
Chris,
eagle.
you also get a cool point.
I'll take that.
Go ahead, Aaron, sorry.
I'm pushing the eagle symbol.
You're pushing it?
Yeah.
Are you... it just feels like, again, it feels like just a solid. There's no symbol. It's just like a bird, the sculpture of a bird flying around the column. You push the bird, nothing happens. You get a feeling of, for a moment, you get the feeling of a cool breeze, like you're a little bit lighter.
Blow on it.
Oh,
Blowing on it.
He's talking about Fifth Element, and that's I have to use my words so carefully with you guys because you guys are gonna end up doing something. Go ahead.
I feel the breeze, and I look around, and then I look back at the eagle, and I blow on it.
You're hilarious. Okay, the totem starts to glow, and you hear a voice that says, "Wind is free," just like the symbolism of the eagle, freedom. The eagles are free, and it starts to glow.
Freedom. I'm gonna go.
All right. So next to the owl, I am going to, I guess. Man, what do you think if it's supposed to be like the smart, like the wisdom one? Do you think I should cast a spell next to it? Do you think I should like cast a spell on it?
Try casting guidance on it?
I don't actually know if I have guidance, or does everybody have guidance?
I don't know.
Not everyone has guidance. I have it. I can give you guidance.
Or maybe why don't you just cast guidance on it yourself? The owl one. I like to give you guidance.
Well, first I'll cast guidance on you, and then I'll point you directly to staring the owl's eyes face to face as best you can. I'll cast guidance on the statue too.
Okay. What happens next, Spencer?
Well, what is it that you're trying to do, Booter?
Trying to make the pillar happy.
Okay.
In order to do that, I guess you
gotta wrap your arms around it.
On the eagle. I mean, I think
stand up and down really quickly.
Chris casting the spell on the pillar is good. Otherwise, I'll, look at the owl, and with guidance, I'll try to say something intelligent. Or why?
What I want to role play this out. What are you gonna say?
Hmm.
Using your knowledge of owls and Trigard, what is it that you were gonna specifically say to try to? Are you essentially trying to convince this column to activate? Because we can roll for that.
I
We
just
can-
I think that's what you're trying to do. You're a robot.
convincing, right? I don't know.
That
You're
owls.
trying to meet more fun.
Your knowledge of owls is that they are knowledgeable. They have a lot of
Wise.
wisdom. They're intuitive. They're intuitive.
Yeah, I tell.
You all hung out with an owl for a while.
How about this? I share with the owl my beer recipe. Give it some bit of knowledge.
Some knowledge.
Yeah, so I tell my owl how to make my delicious Booter beer, which I've made for the
Copper
for.
toll booth guy. Wisdom, and how is this recipe symbolic of wisdom and knowledge?
Because you need to know it in order to make it, and it's wise because it took special care and attention to make it this delicious.
Roll me a, you know what? Roll me a charisma to try to convince this whatever you just.
18. There we go.
This thing glows and it starts to say, the wisdom and the intuitive properties. It takes a character to create a recipe from scratch, knowing that each ingredient may or may not affect another, is symbolic of the wisdom within the owl, and it starts to glow. Matt, is Jake around? I don't know if Jake is back yet. Matt.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hey, okay, Jake. You are seeing these columns light up. You see the column in front of you looks interesting, but there's something about the green tapestry on the wall. I'm going to give you sort of two turns here because you've been, I don't know where. Something's calling to you about those tapestries, and I need you to give me a advantage history check.
21 and 15.
All right, 21. The purple tapestry you remember and you see, that's clearly Morosis shaking the hands of what looks like to be the Kraken priest before he was the Kraken priest of Trident. There's a goblin. There's something in goblin written underneath it.
You said his name is Roses?
There's Morosis is the Morosis, Mroses, is the I guess the mayor almost of, or a political character in the Underdark. And you also see that the yellow one is Morosis with his arm around that gray, the gray peaceful Lumathric, the gray peaceful Elderbrain. And then the green one, which really is calling your name for whatever reason, you look up and you see this tapestry of Morosis shaking the hands of this drow who looks awfully familiar to you. Now, Sprock, we've had discussions about your father. I think we named him.
This is Rena. Rena rolled low during death saves and didn't get healed by his group. Don't be a Rena. Roll high and subscribe.
That's
Some,
fine.
Quimby.
Quimby something. Crawley Quimby. Underneath this says, and Crawley Quimby, you had an interaction from my notes in the past. You had an interaction. When you guys were having when you guys were interacting with the Oracle, you had and I'll read this because I took notes. You might not have remembered, but the Oracle in the Underdark, Sprock, you ate its brain, and you saw a variety of different things. I believe you saw a variety of different images by eating this beholder's brain. And one of them, weirdly, was this image that you knew that character was your daddy. You see that Moses is shaking the hands of that same character. There are written underneath each tapestry something in Goblin, but you don't understand Goblin. That's your first turn. Your second turn is there are 3 other pillars. There's a fox, there's a butterfly, and there's a cat. They're all the characters are trying to activate. Which one intrigues you the most?
Is that a fox, a butterfly, and a cat?
Mm-hmm.
The fox.
Fox. Give me a advantage on your nature check.
5.
And what? You are a druid, that's why I gave you advantage on that.
Yeah, thanks. It's freezing. Damn you, D&D Beyond. Not an advertisement.
Just pick a number.
Not an advertising.
14.
Okay, you know from your druid life up in the plains and your drunken stupors from running in and out of probably farms, eating and scavenging and whatever. You know that foxes can be used as a symbol for cunning qualities, versatility, and adaptability.
Okay.
While you mull that over as to how to activate your column, Matt, you are muted, but you're unmuted.
Oh, I'm here.
The one that you are standing next to is a butterfly.
Butterfly. Interesting. Symbol of change.
Wow. Cool point, Matt. Cool point for you, sir.
Yeah, I did not know that. That's smart.
I don't know what my has here.
I was going to say growth or beauty, but change is pretty good.
Might have both. Say a similar thought. I just think of it as a symbol of evolution, basically. I am going to take out a little rock or something, any piece of shit I have in my pocket, and I'll hold it in my hand. And I am going to cast Summon Beast, but instead of summoning a typical fighter, I'm going to make it appear as if the rock is evolving into a butterfly. And I'm just going to make a butterfly.
And what is it that you say to this column to try to activate it?
Basically, what I just said. That I say that you are a symbol of evolution. You start as the lowly caterpillar. You eat 1 apple, 2 pears, 3 oranges, 4 cherries. I forget the entire thing. Then on Sunday, you eat you eat a green leaf, and then you take a nap for 3 weeks, and then you wake up as the beautiful butterfly.
You hear the same echoes. Ball, ball. Where's the quote? Ball embraces thee. The butterfly is a symbolic of transformation. And the pillar starts to glow. There are 2 more pillars left. Sprock and you see that there's a cat and a fox. You are familiar with the cunning, versatility, and adaptability of the fox.
I think the cat is curious. What do you guys think?
That's why they call him Whiskers.
Because I wanted to say that the cat was like, cunning or flexibility or like the dexterity kind of type of things, but the fox seems to be doing that too. I don't know.
I think curiosity makes sense.
And so
I'm going to, sorry, Matt, who was doing this one?
Sprock, what would you do in front of a fox to try to activate it knowing that you have to display some sort of cunning, versatile, or adaptable quality?
Well, I feel like I would turn into a fox.
That cat.
Fair.
So you're going to be a fox now? You're going to use your...
Yeah, I'm going to turn into a fox.
All right, Sprock turns into a fox. Cunning. The cunning Sprock turns into a fox. Adaptability is a trait. Ball, the good lord of murder, embraces thee. And the column for the fox starts to glow. The last one there is the cat. And I know that Mr. Meow Meow has a cat with him. But Chris, you haven't gone in a bit, so would you like to tackle this one?
Sure. I'll go look over at the cat pillar and feel it all up and see if poking it works again.
Scratching it?
Nothing.
Is it like just the cat face, or is it the whole cat body?
Who's coming with Chris to look at this thing?
I think Ignis is in the clock with me.
As you
I'm right there.
As you touch this, the totem starts to shake, and Sprock, give me a Sprock and Ignis. No, yeah, Sprock and no, sorry, Stag and Ignis. Give me a investigation check, real quick.
Stagnant.
Investigation.
Yeah.
Hold on, I need to check if that's one of the things. Yeah, I have disadvantage.
11.
Oh no, that's only on saving throws. Sorry, 19.
Ignis, you see that the pillar is shaking, and a large chunk of the ceiling, one of the skulls, one of the statues, not important to the story of the Skulls of Power, but one of the statues above is dropping, and it seems like it's loose, and it's about to fall onto Stag. Ignis sees a item falling onto Stag.
Do I have time? Do I have time to react or no?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna do reaction, and then I'm gonna make Stag do a dex.
Well, since we're both on the clock, I yell, "Look out!" and I just shove him as hard as I can.
Give me a strength check for the shove.
Strength. Not good. Not good right now.
It's okay.
I gotta do a disadvantage.
And stat. You know what? You're gonna have.
That's a 3.
You're gonna do a duel. A 3 plus a whatever Stag's dex is.
Dexterity saving
Yeah.
throw, just a dex.
Well, he's saying he's pushing you. Watch out, and you're gonna sort of respond.
Yeah, it's a saving maneuver. It's not it's not aggressive.
Yeah.
Well, if I feel him starting to push me, strength.
He says,
me.
"Look out!"
I'm sorry. Hold on. Sorry, it's a 9. It's not.
He says,
"It's not disadvantage."
He says, "Look out!" and he pushes you weakly. But he says, He says, "Look out!" and you have a dex save from the debris that's falling on top of you.
That is a 10.
You get out of you. You're going to take half the damage.
Okay.
Which is a rounded up because I'm feisty tonight. So you take 4 bludgeoning damage, and the voice in the room is going to yell, "Protection." Protection is a symbolism not most known for cats, but here in Trigard and in the House of Ball, the cats are protective. Are a symbol of protection, mischief, and magic. And the totem starts to glow. There is Aranis. You turn around and you see this. Just as this happened, actually, everyone in the room, you guys see this large model of Trigard start to move slowly over. And it reveals a staircase.
Oh.
And the staircase will be right here. There is a door, and there is a locked door in this room, and there's a staircase going down.
All right. Can I check for any traps or?
I just have one question before we go for this door.
Staircase.
Do you guys think that there's anything else going on with the tapestries, or do you think we can just move on from that?
Cool point.
I think.
But
Yeah, no, I think it's worth exploring before we go down the stairs. Now that it's open.
Yes, the tapestries have language underneath them that is written in Goblin. Is anyone fluent besides Aranis in Goblin?
Oh, I read Goblin.
Yeah.
I also am fluent.
Okay. Aranis, looks like you're closer to the stairs. So, Ignis, give me a. Well, you're fluent in Goblin, so you can read it, and the language reads on the purple tapestry. It says, "Moses," and lucky for you, you are going to roll the Kraken Priest's original name. So it says Moses and the roll me Moses and roll me a d20.
That is a 14.
His first name is Philo. The Kraken Priest's first name is Philo, and roll me another one for his last name.
We got a 12.
Philo Tykalt, let's call him. Philo spelled with a PH, Kraken priest. It says Moses, the true king of Trident, and Philo Tycult. And then the next one says Moses, the true king, and Lumathric. And then the next one says Moses, the true king, and Crowley Quimby. And Crowley Quimby, we will be rolling about a little bit later, just to determine if let's just say Sprock has a little downtime, he wants to, but it'll say Crowley Quimby. Let's do a little randomness because I didn't prepare this one. Crowley Quimby, the Crown's Drow. Let's do Crowns. Moses the King and the Crown's Drow. Crowley Quimby. That's what it says. You also notice on your way back that the Goblin language says Trident, the city of Drow, on the model. Now, that is a symbol of, that is the model. If you want it, you can sort of, later on, if you guys ever get there, we can roll to see if you remember what the layout is. Aaron, stairs are in front of you. Give me a insight. Give me a insight check or a investigation check to determine if there's a trap there.
Okay, investigation. 14.
You don't see anything that looks out of the ordinary. These look like stairs. It is dark in the room, but there seems to be a burning torch at the bottom.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Hey, I'm gonna poke my head around the corner, like there's stairs over here. To the rest of the group.
You see anything down there?
No, just a light. So
Hold on.
check it out. Just don't go too far.
Do you want some lanterns down there?
Yeah, maybe give me a dancing light.
Oh, pop up dancing lights around you and have it follow you down the stairs.
Aaron, as you walk your way down the stairs, you get to the bottom, and in a very eerie, the lights are revolving around you. You see this ghostly character of a past murder, and that past murder, character comes up to you in almost like a shadowy, ghost-like manner, and it's Zorg, the orc you murdered in the desert 5 years ago. It feels like when you stabbed him in the back, when he was trying to tell the Centaur City about the orcs' plans, something along those lines. And he comes up to you and he says, "I am Zorg. Why did you murder me?"
We had to. You were going to get in our way. And we have much bigger plans than your nonsense. And then I'm going to draw my sword.
Just as you unsheath your sword, the ghost disappears, and it says, and then you hear the words again. The Baal awaits thee. Baal embraces thee. None escape Baal. And the shadow disappears. In front of you is a very similar to the model of Trigard. There seems to be a model of something else, a orb of some kind. And in Goblin, give me an investigation check while you're down there, I guess. You already did one. What was that?
Oh, the 14 was the investigation.
Okay. You see, this orb is a model of the moon. On the side of it, it says outer planet, because they don't know what to call it here in Goblin. It says light outer planet. Is what I guess the goblins from your stake, outer planet, I got to remember that, think that the moon is. And on this, right underneath it, or right beside the model is a, what did I have here? It is there seems to be a map, a piece of paper folded around it, and then in it there seems to be some sort of object.
Okay. I'm gonna take both things.
So the map you take, on it is written in it. On the map, you receive a map of the moon, and I will draw that out for you. Maybe next time I'll just update our going map on WonderDraft and send it to you guys. You guys get a layout of objects on the moon. You also see that there are blueprints, updated blueprints, not necessarily very detailed, but you do see that there is a starship drawn. You see that there's a map of the moon. You see there's a starship, and in that map is a large item. It looks like a T, and on that item in Goblin, it has written something on it. And as you open up the mat, it sort of drops down on the floor. The item.
And that item is, as I pick it up very carefully.
Give me a. Well, you pick it up. On it is written on it. It says partial amnesia. Partial amnesia tool, which is a throwback, not a throwback, but a call out sort of to Total Recall. This object is called the partial amnesia tool. And from your looking at the item and the blueprints, you see that it is a key to accessing. It's a key to the spaceship. Something important about the spaceship. Something else about the item seems to be, as you give me a sorry, this is taking a little bit. Give me a, what would be a handle? No. Give me a magic. I guess you have to give me give me a nature check.
Nature check. 13.
Seems like there is a item, a missing portion of this item. Seems like something is missing. Yeah, something is missing on it. But as you grab that item, you get to roll a random curse.
Oh, that's wonderful. Mm-hmm. And it's called, I'm sorry, the item itself was called, I'm just trying to put it in my inventory. I'm trying to keep up. Forgetful things?
Partial amnesia.
Partial amnesia item.
Yeah.
Okay.
It seems like it's has something to do with the spaceship.
You said roll a d20?
Yeah.
A 10.
All right. I gotta find curses here. 184, a 10. 184. Let's see. Actually, I'm sorry. It's a D100. Would you like to keep that, or would you like to
Roll D100.
roll a D100?
D100. 98.
98. You become a black pudding.
Pudding.
You
Like
become a black
Literally?
pudding and can communicate telepathically with creatures within 30 feet.
That's not good.
Roll me 1d4.
D4. 3.
For 3 hours, and your ability scores and proficiencies remain unchanged. So you are now a black pudding.
Alright.
You cannot use magic items. And Aaron, you're like this glob of black pudding.
Sweet. Can I move?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you look up the character sheet for black pudding,
You sludge along.
Kill it.
Yeah, get it.
he can
Burn it with
communicate.
fire.
Burn
He
it with
can-
fire.
You can communicate telepathically.
Don't do it.
Burn him.
Oh, this goo is talking to me.
Oh, let me burn it and see if you feel this.
I'm not even in the room with you.
Burn it anyway.
Can't get up these stairs. As he picks up the key and turns into pudding, all of a sudden, Stag, and Ignis, you are located next to the door. The door seems to collapse in on itself, revealing another hallway.
Well, Stag, you're driving the clock. Are you climbing back on the clock, by the way?
Oh yeah, I'm on the clock. I climb back in.
Okay, good. I'm sorry, I might have missed that. Well, you're
No.
driving, so
Well,
take us away.
let's get away from this pudding. I don't trust
Yeah,
it.
seriously. Creepy. It's talking to me.
That
Sounds
was
like
not.
Ernest, which is even weirder.
Telepathically talking, so it's not even like it's like you can hear his voice.
Yeah.
I don't trust it.
And how are you convincing us that you're a good pudding and not a bad pudding?
Ernest has some sort of weird pudding spell. Last time he tried to kill us. I don't know. Let's get away from this thing.
You know what, Aaron? I'm just going to make your character just change the color of your character to black. That way we know that you're pudding.
I haven't even climbed up these stairs yet, so none of these people have seen me.
Okay.
Well, you were talking to us, though.
That's
I haven't
okay.
seen you.
You still have free roam. You're a pudding now. Which is cool. Okay, the door opens and you guys look down this hallway. There is the guys upstairs. Aaron will come back to you. The guys upstairs, Ignis and Stag. I guess you just run in. There doesn't seem to be a trap here. I haven't put one there, so you don't activate anything. There is a hallway to the right which you guys could go down. There's also a room further in that has, it seems as you peer across and through carefully, seems to be some sort of library of some kind.
We're absolutely going in the library.
Yeah, libraries are dope. Let's go check it out.
Who goes into the library? Booterbot, you go.
We're together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aw.
Give me
Thank you
a
for letting me know.
Booterbot. As soon as you enter the library, this shadowy figure of the old lady that you killed shows up, and she says, "Why did you kill me? Why did you murder me?"
Honestly, because you were acting suspicious. You're acting sus. And we saw you acting sus and felt like we couldn't let that stand.
Okay.
Don't forget your general misogyny.
Yeah. my general misogyny as a robot, I guess.
She says,
Classic robot behavior.
and she says, and you hear the whole ball chime again, because you were suspicious. And he says, "Ball awaits thee."
This is Valley. Valley sacrificed himself because he only rolled low. Don't be a Valley. Roll high and subscribe.
You look around the room. There's a mirror on the wall. There are books. There are chairs, and there's a table. Aaron, you're down in that room. Right before you leave, you see inscribed, "You are this gelatinous pudding." You see above, way at the top of the room, you see the words, the one word, "is" in Goblin. "Is." I-S is inscribed on the ceiling of that room. And there's musical notes around the word "is" in that room. Guys in the library, what are you doing? Sprock, what are you doing?
Library guys are searching around.
Yep, checking the bookshelves.
Particularly looking for books that open some sort of secret passageway.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just kind of curious looking around. So I don't know who Chris spoke first. Maybe we let him go first.
All right. Chris, what are you going to do? You're going to look at, would you like
Well,
to
yeah,
do?
I'm just going with Ignis as we're looking through all the books.
Okay. There seems to be a
Any secret doors or information that might look useful?
there are chairs in the corner of the room. There are scratches on the floor. Give me an investigation. And yeah, just give me an investigation.
Yeah, check out those scratches.
Ignis, what's your investigation?
My investigation is strong.
Is what? Oh, it's way low. Oh, you're disadvantaged.
No, I'm not disadvantaged. I'm just -2, so that's a 24.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, -2 across the board, but still.
Yeah.
And my strength is very negative.
Okay. Oh, that's an 18. I was concerned I'd roll crappy. 18 investigation.
You see on the desk there are there's a blue book, there's a green book, there's a gray book, there's a red book, and there's a black book. There are various books that have been pulled out. Chairs have been thrown across the room. There's a mirror behind you, and the blue, green, and gray books seem to be. I just said that they were the colors because it helps me keep track of them. Verses 1, 2, and 3. But there's a book called "Echoes and Portals of the Upper Dark," the Upper Dark Guide. The next book is Journeying the Middle Dark, and there's an image of Crawley Quimby holding an infant. And there is there's another book that says "Paths Through the Abyss," the Lower Dark Handbook. Inscribed in these books, they all are written by the same author, Crawley Quimby. The Middle Dark cover, when you open it, it says in common, to my dearest son, for my son Sprock. It's written in the Middle Dark book.
Middle Dark book?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's worth taking all of these books, even after we look through them quickly.
Of course.
Booterbot, you see, with that investigation check, it'll just be a group investigation. You see a journal. And you're not really sure who this is written by, but you see Skulls and Meaning Skulls and their meaning. Green, red, blue, black, white, gray. Are there more? Question mark. And Ignis. You're in there. It says you see a book that grabs your fancy. It's red. Buddhabot, your book is black. It says The Beginner's Guide to Space Travel. And what was your and on the cover of this book, it shows a character that you will remember because it wasn't too long ago as Dimly Accent. And it says A Beginner's Guide to Space Travel. What was the ship that you guys named when you were traveling? The blue something.
The ship that was
What
on.
was it?
Yeah. You guys named your boat. The blue. It was something funny. Way back when. Well, we'll give bonus points. You guys will get whoever gets it right will get a reroll for next time. Unless I find it first. It's the name of your boat, which is the blue. What? Chris, you remember?
From the water?
Yeah. What did you guys name your boat?
I'll find it.
Anyway, it's the blue something. The Beginner's Guide to Space Travel. Sprock, you come into this room and you see this mirror. Give me a Arcana check.
$18.
You see this mirror, and you see that there's something magical about this mirror. You see in it that there's a word transcribed on the ceiling through the mirror, and that word is born, B-O-R-N, with musical notes around it. But you also see that what's in the mirror is not reflecting what's in the room. The mirror is reflecting a table with chairs around it. A table with chairs around it. There's also a painting on the wall. And the painting shows an image of a cup that is full of red liquid. And Sprock, you also see an empty cup on the table with traces of red, of like some sort of lipstick, maybe some lip marks on it.
The Gale Blue.
Was drinking blood.
The Gale Blue. The Gale Blue?
Yeah.
Cool point to you. 2 cool points to you. The Gale Blue, A Beginner's Guide to Space Travel. And on that space travel book, it shows an image of Aranis, Stag, Ignis, Sprock trading the blueprints to the Strezzel space station to a Underdark smith 100 years ago. So you guys have effectively changed the course of the future by giving that space travel blueprint to someone in the Underdark 100 years ago. Anyway, back to the puzzle. Sprock, you see that the mirror shows you the table with chairs around it. In the room, the chairs are thrown to the side.
So let's set up the chairs around the table.
Okay. I'm not going to do it, but you set the chairs around the table. You also notice that the wall has an image of a cup, and that cup is full of red liquid. And the cup on the desk
Somebody's been
is
drinking
empty.
blood from Vesp, right? So whose blood needs to go in the cup?
Well, it can't be mine.
I
So
say Aranis is because clearly he's the evil one turning into spirits.
well, no, but Aranis is also currently a blob.
Interesting problem.
I'm still in that little corridor in the basement or
He's
whatever.
staring at that. Oh yeah, Aranis, you can take a turn now.
Can he like climb stairs?
Yeah. Aaron has free roam. Yeah, he can climb stairs. He's a buddy.
I literally wouldn't even. I would probably like try to psychically call out to Ball. I have something I want to talk to Ball about. So, if I could psychically communicate, I'd be like calling out to Ball. I can do that
I don't know if the
separately.
god is in the temple. You know, like the Pope is not in every cathedral.
Sure, but the Pope isn't a god.
You
Sure.
do see.
Cool point. Cool point for Ernest.
Yeah, Aranis, you get a cool point. Aranis, you do see that the image of the word "is" with musical notes is on the ceiling of the room that you're in.
Is with the
Mhm.
musical note.
Mm-hmm.
Can I psychically sing "is" in Goblin?
Sure.
How do you
Nothing happened. What does that sound like, by the way?
I
I feel like it should be.
I
What is
don't
it?
know.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing happens. But the room just for the moment, there's a little static in the air. Guys in the room, Sprock, what else are you gonna do? Remember when Sprock talks, he's using telepathy, and he looks like a alien because he's part, you know what?
I don't know. We're all gonna sit around the table.
Well, Booterbot is a robot. Sprock, I think you probably bleed blue at this point.
Who's
No, ACAB. He bleeds blue.
Blobs don't bleed.
Huh?
Who's saying blobs don't bleed?
I did not
They
say
don't
that.
bleed blood. They bleed like blob stuff.
The more important thing is that I'm not in the room with you.
Hey, who's
You
gonna?
guys haven't seen me as a blob. You have no idea.
We gotta get this blob.
Well, no, we should probably, if we're being honest with ourselves, we should probably be like, hey guys, where's Aranis?
And then come downstairs or something. But like, yeah, I'm not even.
I go find Aranis.
That sounds great. Please do that.
All right. Sprock, you head over to the stairs. You telepathically, Aaron can communicate to you. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Well, I'm telepathically gonna shout out for Aranis.
Still singing "Yes" in Goblin. And I hear someone creel. I'm like, I'm down. I'm down in the room. I'm down the stairs.
Describe. Yeah, keep going. Do your thing.
Who's coming with me?
It's just you, bud.
Why? Somebody come here. It's clearly gonna take more than one person to drag Aaron somewhere.
Well, we don't have to drag him, do we? Let's just put him in a stack of some sort.
Bring your sack.
I'll always laugh at that.
All right, I go down the stairs.
You see, Aaron has turned into this blob.
I'm like, I touched this thing and now I feel lower to the floor. I can't really see anything. This feels weird. I don't know.
Because you're a puddle of goo on the floor.
Like, can you see that symbol up there? It says is. I'm trying to activate it. When I say it in Goblin, there's static in the air. Or I feel the air shimmer. I don't know. Do you know what is?
I can't speak, so I don't know.
No.
I'm gonna tell somebody else to come downstairs using my mime.
Okay.
Who's coming?
I'll head over there.
Can I try to like?
What's
I don't have-
taking so long?
Do Warforged have the ability to communicate telepathically at all?
No, I don't think so.
That's what.
Unless you have that feat.
I don't think so.
What's going on over here? What are you two doing? What's taking so long? We found some information.
I fill him in, but I can't speak, so Aaron, tell me how you say it in Goblin. Alright, I'm gonna tell him how to say that. Chris, say that out loud.
I'll say whatever it is out loud in Goblin as best as I can
Sing.
imitate.
Nothing again happens. The room just gets a little staticky. As you sing, there's another word that shows up as you sing around the room. Chris, give me a Arcana check.
Okay. 13.
You see a word at the very beginning, at the very top of the ceiling, in the center of the room. There's a little bit of a glow around this goblin word that you can't quite make out
I'm gonna ask
because you don't know
Aaron
what.
if he can make it out.
Passive perception. The word is murder, with quotes with musical notes around it.
So I'm basically, as the words appear, I'm going to sing them to Sprox telepathically, and for Sprock to translate that to Ignis to then project verbal.
Bard do what the Bard does.
I like that.
Um,
I'll whip out my my DOS lute and start strumming a little tune as I continue to sing this telephone.
what do you sing?
I'll sing whatever Sprock is telling me to sing.
So you're gonna sing what? There are two words that you know of right now. In the other room,
Murder.
yeah. In the other room, who saw the word in the other room through the mirror? Sprock. Sprock, you saw the word through the mirror. The other one was actually no, it was Ignis because you read Goblin. It said born. Murder is born. Is the I guess I just did a little meta. I shouldn't have done that. Born with musical tones in the other room where you're at with the library with Booter.
I'll sing that. Murder is born.
Again, the room feels electric in the air. Nothing. The hair that you have, Sprock, I'm not sure that you have any more hair on your body because you're foul alien.
All my fuzz expands.
But your tentacles are shivering just a little bit. Seems like there's some sort of arcana energy with that, magical energy.
Can I do a Arcana check, or am I?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think your translation's off, guys.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna say to Sprock, he said it wrong.
I rolled my.
Born is murder. Cool point to Aaron. That was funny.
Spencer, I rolled a 21 Arcana check.
There there's definitely something magical going on in this room that you're in with the library. You guys have set the in the mirror. You've set the room to the way it was with the chairs, and it seems like the books are also in need of shuffling with that to rearrange them on the desk in their order. But the glass is still empty. There seems to be something magical about the glass being full and it being empty now. And there is a locked door in this room as well.
Well, I don't have that much blood I can spare for a cup. That's a lot of blood.
Wait.
It's a cup. It's not. It's still a lot of blood though. Cup is a.
I'm a small creature.
Like a measuring cup, like a cup?
like a cup.
8 ounces.
Yeah, like a pint.
That's a lot of blood.
I mean,
you guys can all so you can split it up.
Guys,
So that's 2 cups.
Gentlemen, and Sprock. Question.
And lady.
Cool point to.
Do you? Are we sure that it's blood? Could it be wine?
Oh,
Let's try wine.
All right. So I can use my alchemy jug to make wine.
nice.
Make double. Make double.
Well, hold on. I'll hold my cup out as well.
All right. Well, I can only make a gallon, so I'll do that.
That's a lot.
Need a gallon for that's a lot. That's a good amount.
I don't know, man. You guys
I'll
are
pull out my backup cup.
So anyway, so in the room, I arrange the books to match what the mirror shows on the table. And then I fill the glass with wine in a way that matches the other side of the mirror. And then we see if anything happens.
So you fill it up with wine.
Mm-hmm.
As you grab the glass and you fill it up, you notice that there are lip marks on the glass.
Like appear on the glass or lip marks?
No. Well, you pick it up and there's lip marks on the glass. The mirror shows you an empty glass. The painting on the wall shows you a full glass. There are lip marks on the glass.
Oh, so you gotta drink it.
I'm assuming that Aaron and Sprock have come back upstairs. Are they with the group? Wherever you are. Down the hallway, staring telepathically?
Yeah, no.
I'm probably still downstairs looking up at this thing, frustrated that they just used the wrong lyrics, and I'm just like, ugh. And I mean, in my rationale, I'm like, I'm trying to change back. I want to get my legs back. I mean, I could try to climb up these stairs. Try to move as a sludge. I haven't tried to move yet. I've only been staring up at this thing trying to talk to it.
Down to let you do that.
You can move for sure.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna start sledging. I'm gonna try to sledge my way. What's my movement?
A black pudding.
I picture it kind of like Meat Wad from Adult Swim.
It's exactly like that. It's a 100% like cool point for Jake. Actually, 2 cool points for Jake. Your speed is 20. Everything about you remains the same, but you do have. If you want me to drop it in the group chat.
Yeah. But then, give me. I mean, I know who Meatwad is, so at least like,
that's hilarious.
Because I imagined that I was like a puddle, but I'm not a puddle. I'm just like.
No, you're a Meatwad.
Right.
You are this.
You're a ball of goo, but
a large ooze. A pudding resembles a heavy mound of sticky black sludge in dim passageways. The pudding. Yes. Okay. Cool point for that cultural reference. And you also have all of the cool things that this thing can do. Pudding can move through spaces, narrow. It can create the creature that touches the
Oh,
ground.
wait a minute.
Oh, this
Are
is
there any crevices that I could like slip through right now? Like
This is a very well built house of ball.
Yo, if we want to know where the plumbing goes, we can flush Aranis down the telephone.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
Idea, isn't it?
It's hilarious.
So yeah, I guess I'll come up the stairs and I'm gonna tell Paddle to just be like, you saying the wrong words. Like, why'd you say born? And I'm just gonna frustratedly like slurp my way up to following them.
It's hilarious. So what's going to happen in this room here with this? Aaron, as you get to the hallway, are you going towards the hallway? I'm sorry.
I am. I'm going.
You
I'm following
you
them.
do see, yeah,
I'm
you
moving
do see
slowly.
that there's another way to go. There's another hallway, and there seems to be a hallway at the further end. Past this, you don't necessarily have to go into this library, but you want to go join your friends, you certainly can. Just acknowledging that there's another passageway.
Oh, so there is a. Oh, so I'm gonna look at this passageway that I guess no one else is looking at.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go to it.
Wait, so are we just not solving either of the riddles then? We're just gonna roll on? I mean, we didn't
I don't know how I feel about that.
solve the song riddle.
We didn't solve anything.
Right. Agreed.
Aranis, give me a Arcana check.
Dang it, I clicked the wrong thing. Hold on a second. This thing makes everything move so clunkily. 18.
There's definitely something magical about this hallway here, and I'll change the color of it so you know which one I'm talking about. You sense the
But it's down the same hallway that they walked down, right?
no, it Y's off. There's a Y.
Right. Yeah. There's like a Y thing on.
Yeah.
And they just walked past it, so
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe they didn't even see this. So I feel like I'm behind them, and I just kind of veer off towards the magical hallway.
Aranis is just down there wandering. Okay, it's not so much
Give me-
that we're in any scenario,
Aranis,
but
give me
Aranis is just wandering.
Aranis, give me a dex save.
Dex save.
How dexterous of a black
Yeah,
sludge.
oh wait, yeah, it's not my.
No, your proficiencies remain the same.
Oh, so dirty 20.
The floor falls out from underneath you. You are still standing. You get the sense that you are falling. With that high roll of a dex, you do not trigger a physical trap, but you do get the sensation as if you were falling. The room grows dark. What was your character's fear? I asked you a while ago what your character was afraid of. Sprock, Jake, you told me it was giant spiders. Aaron, I think you said.
Is it dying without purpose? Dying without Yeah, I don't remember. Shit.
You see yourself in the future, lonely, no items, no no sense of belonging. You feel like demoralized because your journeys have led you astray, and you've wasted your life for nothing. And you get you are going to take 16 psychic damage, and it rocks you, and you're prone. It knocks you prone. You take 16 psychic damage. You
Is a
sense
black sludge just like
yeah, it's the same. It sort of just it like waves. It waves a little bit, jiggles.
It's just like when you like have you have like a jam or something, but it gets too hot in the sun, it just melts.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
Guys in this room, what are you doing with that mug?
I will try to place my lips on the mug, the same places that the lip marks are on it in the mirror or the painting, one of the two.
This is Crosby. Crosby failed a deck save, causing him to get smashed by a giant alchemist in the Shadowhide realm. Don't be a Crosby. Roll high and subscribe.
Yeah.
Like
Wait, lip marks were just on the cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will try to basically like mimic. Well, I don't know.
I mean,
guess
you created the wine, right?
I created the wine. We still have plenty of wine left over in the jug, so we can always throw this out and try again. But I think I'll try first to match. So sorry. Which is the glass empty in the painting,
So
or is
the glass is empty in the mirror.
and
The
full?
glass is full in the painting.
Okay. And then everything else we set up to match the mirror, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then I will drink the wine in the glass from the same places that the lip marks are on the like the lip marks are on the mirror and in the painting.
Okay.
So that and drink the wine until it's empty again.
Cool point for you. The room, the door, similar to the other one, slides away into the wall. Unlocks magically, revealing a hallway leading to another door.
You
Cool.
hear a magical tune. Do, 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 do.
Do you all think we should take these books with us?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, we take all the books. I have a bag of holding, so we can just put all the books in there.
Especially since some of them say they're to me.
Yeah.
All right, who's going first down this hallway?
I'll go first.
Yeah, I don't care.
Wait. Am I
There we
like,
go.
I know I'm prone, but
No,
am I able to-
you're fine now. You can get
Can I
up.
like see them coming
Yeah.
down the hall? I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna be like, wait, there's something. I don't know.
Telepathically. You
Feel
yeah.
flat.
Booterbot, give me a since you rushed in there, give me a how should I play this? Give me a what did I give you, a deck save, Aaron?
Yeah.
Give me a deck save, Booterbot.
13.
You fail. And what is your character, your PC character, what is he afraid of? I didn't ask you that.
Being alone.
You get an image of yourself in the past, future sort of, and Debo has left you, and you have this fear that your friends here will leave you too. You get an image of this group activating the spaceship and flying away without you, leaving you stranded somewhere alone, and you feel terrible about it. Perhaps you should have killed yourself when Debo died, and you take 13 psychic damage.
Okay.
Also knocked down. I said prone, but knocked down.
Okay.
The characters in the room see this happen.
Are you okay? What happened? What's going on there?
I'm not sure. I just saw all of you leave me and abandon me, and then my
Don't lie to us. Tell us what happened.
I am telling you what happened. It showed I saw all of you leave me behind, and then my circuits overloaded and hurt my brain.
Well,
And
you know
that
that's not real.
I fell down, and I'm not really sure if it was a malfunction or if it was like a electrical trap or something. I don't know what it is.
And I can hear Booter like saying this, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna psychically reach out and I'm gonna say to them, I was shown visions that this was all for naught. Nothing we've done has any significance. We're just wasting our time.
Cool point for Aaron.
Let's go. Let's get this goo and get out of here.
There's a
I don't know if I
door.
agree with that. I feel
All
like
right, I'm with
we're
Booter.
making our
Let's
way through
leave.
the temple.
Let's leave the goo and keep going.
Yeah.
I'm not saying leave the goo. I just
Okay.
don't think we should abandon.
No,
our
I think I agree with Booter. Let's leave the goo. I agree with what Booter is explicitly saying.
That's not what I'm explicitly saying at all.
Booter's watching you abandon the goo, trying to abandon the goo. Like, fuck, they will leave me.
See, you're just triggering my abandonment issues.
No, I don't want to do that. All right, let's go get the goo.
I'll check for traps before we go and get the goo.
Okay. How are you guys gonna follow Booterbot? You can make it to the end of the end of the tunnel. There's a door. It opens for you. There's a room. There's a room at the end of the tunnel. But the other characters, how are you guys gonna get down this passageway?
Well, can I see any triggering mechanism or?
You can do an Arcana check.
Okay.
Yeah, can I do an Arcana check too? I guess do his first.
That is a 19, 16 plus 3.
This room is definitely, this hallway has some sort of magical effect to it. You do not see a solution to it besides moving forward, but perhaps.
Oh, I have a
perhaps
interesting idea.
Perhaps the floor has some sort of magical element to it. In particular.
So what if I do dispel magic on the floor?
Floors.
Do you guys think that's worth doing a level 3 spell slot, considering it's hurting everyone?
If you'd like to.
Yeah, let's try
Yeah,
it.
do it.
I will do dispel magic on the hallway.
You do dispel magic on the hallway.
How did that go?
It dispels any magic in the hallway.
Nice.
Okay.
Great.
Oh.
Well, good news.
I'm gonna sludge my way out towards Booter. Like, I got Booter stomp past me, so I'm just gonna follow him out.
I'll
Chris.
hop on the clock and fly the clock down the hallway.
Chris and Sprock, you get a flash of a giant spider, creepy crawly, all over you. You take no psychic damage. Ignis, you get a flash of, what was your fear?
I never claimed a fear, so
What
maybe
is it?
nothing.
No, what is it? You must be afraid of something.
Oh wait, hold on.
Maybe you're not. Maybe you're afraid. You're not afraid of something.
Oh, I'm afraid of anything happening to Zergo.
You see Zergo
and running out of cigarettes. Let's add that in there too.
Yeah, you start getting this overwhelming sensation that you need to find another cigarette, and you also get a flash of R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Zergo. You get a sense of demise there, and you don't take any damage, but you just feel that fear. I think Ignis. I think Aaron just left us, so I'm gonna. And then you get to the end of the room. What is it you were doing? I'm sorry, just got distracted for a second.
Ooh,
Well, all I did was walk to the end of the room. I haven't
Okay.
actually gone in
We're-
yet.
we're just
Okay.
moving.
All right.
Yeah, we're just gonna follow them down.
Yeah, once they're like close to me, I guess I could open the door.
So you dispel magic. The door opens just like a normal door. In this room is a. It looks like these old. Actually, they look new. These new-looking carrying devices of some sort. Ignis, are you in the room yet?
I'm trailing behind. I don't know.
Okay.
If not in the room, close to it.
As you enter the room,
Well, I'm on the clock, and the clock's in the room, so never mind. I'm in
Okay.
the room.
give me a perception check, Ignis. This is funny.
Let's see. 17.
Okay. You see in this room these weird drop pod type things. You see these like pods that could carry the size of a being, and one opens up and a shady character comes out, and the shady
That's not good.
character says to you, which I've specifically written for you, Matt. Specifically wrote this for you in a time where I felt it says a shadowy character similar to the others, and he says, "Why did you murder me?" And this character comes up to you, and you don't know who this character is. You have no idea who this character is. But
Even with that perception, huh? I just don't recognize them at all.
Yeah, the perception check that you get is going to see on the ceiling. It says the words "of" in chorus or in lyrics. So there's another word "of" with the chorus musical tones around it. And this scientist, this dwarven scientist, comes out of this pod, and he says, "Why did you murder me?" Comes over to you specifically.
Oh, I don't. I look at him and I say, I'm sure the day that Ignis walked into your life was the most important day you ever lived. But for me, it was just a Tuesday, and I don't remember who you are.
Another drop pod opens up, and it comes out, and he says his name is.
Sorry, with my perception, can I see if this is like an illusion? Is this like a spirit, or is it a physical being?
It's a spirit. The character is going to come over to you, and he's going to say, reality lies in the in-between, between time and space. Time is infinite, space is limited. Hints at alternate realities. And this character comes over to you and says, I am his distant relative. Why did you kill me?
I don't know who any of you people are.
Another drop pod opens up. Another character comes out, and it says, in another life, you, Ignis, you killed me. In this life, you may have been someone else. You killed us. Why did you kill us?
Honestly, I'm just going to say you probably deserved it. I don't know. I can't speak to whatever happened in the specific moment. But you guys don't seem like great guys. You're jumping out of weird pods.
The characters disappear, and the words.
Is this where we find out
because
that it's also Darth Ignis?
Because you deserved it. You hear the words, because you deserved it. echoes throughout the chamber, and you hear the words again: "Ball awaits thee, ball embraces thee, none escape, ball." You're in this room. There's nothing in it. There are these drop pods. Matt, your perception check. You feel awkward around these drop pods, and they have symbols on it of a you can barely make out. It's made out of metal that you don't know. You haven't seen before. Sort of strong, sort of weird magic or electricity bot you see as well. Something's controlling these. You don't know how to activate them, but they seem like they're from the future. And Matt, I'm alluding to when you traveled to the future and you killed all those dwarves. A long time
That's
ago.
good. I don't even remember that.
But
so this plays well in the story.
But so your character, your previous character killed all these dwarves from the future, and the dwarves.
You're talking about Valley?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Not Valley.
Or Pliskin.
Pliskin went in the past, in the future, and started killing all these scientists. And another drop pod opened up, and his brother came out. And another drop pod, once you killed him, came out. And you were trying to kill these guys. And they said to you, time and space creates alternate realities. And above you is a chorus note, the word of.
No, I got that.
Yeah. So give me a insight check. I'm going to try to fast forward this a little bit.
18. Sorry, 16.
You get the feeling, and you are able to determine that there's something between space and time that that can cause a reality to either shift or
Okay, so I relay this back to the group, and I'm like hashing it out with them, and I say, "How do you guys think we activate this space-time rift?"
Do we want to?
Or do we want to? Yeah, I don't know. Sorry. First question: do we want to?
I mean, I think maybe So this is the Temple of Ball, right? It's the Temple of Murder. I don't know if it necessarily. I mean, he's showing you murders from the future, but I had somebody that I murdered in the past also come and talk to me. So you're just getting some weird, like, ghosts from the future people that you future murdered, but it doesn't necessarily mean that there is a space-time rift in this place right now.
No, I would imagine not, but there are these pods, which can't be completely insignificant. I guess they could.
That's true. No, I mean, we could try
to check them out.
Pods. Yeah.
Let's at least check the pods out before we move on. And if not, I don't even recognize any of these guys. They're talking about how I murdered them.
Sprock, you guys each go up to one pod. Roll me a 1d6 and a d20.
For each person?
Mm-hmm. Everyone roll me a d6.
1.
3.
1.
2.
All right. Matt, yours. Matt, you got a 3, and Booter, you got a 2.
I got a 1. All
right. Everyone with an odd. Your pods say future. And Booter, yours says past.
Can you climb in? Is it like open?
No, they're locked.
Can I see if I can open it?
Sure.
All right, I try and open it.
Strength.
I see you trying to open it, and I'll give you guidance.
Give me a strength check.
Strength? God damn it.
With a d4.
I gotta roll disadvantage. Oh no, I don't have to roll disadvantage. Sorry. So 16 plus a d4. 19.
You are going to take, as you open it, it seems to activate a little bit, and you take half 17 electric damage, and as you take it, the damage, nothing opens up. You do see inscribed on the side of it, with your passive perception, there is language on it. Do you know Gnomish? Who knows?
Oh,
I do
know
not.
Gnomish. I don't know.
Oh shit! Nice.
Transcribed
Over
on it.
here.
Actually, you know what? Let's give everyone the 4 of them light up. There's a defense mechanism. Everyone's going to take 8 electric damage. There is Gnomish, Booterbot, and the Gnomish you read on it. It reads property of Draul. Property of Draul. Of Trident. And then there's a symbol, which you know, Booterbot, to be a symbol for the lower dark. Draul. Booterbot, no, who did that? Matt, yours electric, yours disappears into either the, I guess yours is the future. Well, you can only determine to be the future.
Okay.
With that, they all look very similar. Chris, you see something out of the corner of your eye. Give me investigation.
Ooh, not good. That's a 10.
You see this character flickering in the shadows. Just past, there's another hallway open up just past where Matt's portal disappeared, or Matt's teleportation portal device, futuristic teleportation science thing. We got to figure out.
Cool point for Spencer. Cool point.
Yeah. Thanks.
I'll snap my fingers and have dancing lights appear right in that hallway.
There is a flickering image of your brother Fawn. Your brother Fawn is standing above the word love with musical notes around it. And Fawn comes over to you and he says, "Why was I murdered? Ask your friends why I was murdered."
I'll walk closer in between everyone else and Fawn, and I'll turn back. Yeah, so tell me this, guys. Why did you kill my brother?
I think Sprock
I didn't know your brother.
Sprock is the only one that I don't. Sprock, this. Well, it's up to you.
I guess I'll tell everyone else.
But this is the time. I mean, we're wondering who this ghost is.
Yeah, we all turned to Sprock and we're like, "Hey, what's up, man? You been killing dudes' brothers?"
I knew it was you.
I don't know. Supposedly, I've been killing people, but I don't know. From my past.
You remember Fawn from the forest?
You know, remember him? Don't we all remember him?
Yeah, don't you remember when you changed it to a panther and you ripped out his neck like spaghetti? That was specific.
I didn't know him at the time.
I know, but
I knew that he was someone's brother.
That's okay. Why was I murdered? He asked. Ask your friends.
Yeah.
Why was he murdered?
Oh, I don't remember why we murdered him.
I don't remember. Rings through the chapel, and it says, "Ball awaits thee, Ball embraces thee, none escape Ball," and the image of Fawn disappears. Sprock.
My brother's death was meaningless.
Seems that way.
Most of the people
apparently
that we kill, their death is meaningless.
That's what you say, Sprock? Cool point for you for being so honest about it.
I'll remember this.
Um,
I'll turn and start singing the tune, Is Murder Born of Love?
nothing happens.
Let's keep going.
Perhaps the murder. Give me a insight check.
No. Murder is Born of Love.
Ooh, how are you going to sing it? Is it
After those harsh words from Sprock,
you're thinking
it'll
Blink
be like
182? Like Blink 182?
yeah. Sure.
How does that go, Chris? For
I
four
got
cool
nothing.
points. For four cool points.
It goes like this.
Hold on,
I got you.
hold on.
I whisper in Stag's ear. I say, "Murder is born of love. You need to keep going." That's how Blink 182.
That's sick. Matt, 5 cool points for you. The door at the end of the hallway opens, and you guys are going to see, and I can't believe Aaron's not here for this. You guys are going to see 2 characters. One
Do you want to make
character.
a big reveal for next time?
No, I'm going to do it right now. Well, you gotta wish you were here. You were going to see this massive creature, which give me a religion check, Booter, since you're up there.
Already? Are you ready? It is a 16.
16. You see this avatar of a god, and he comes walking over, and he says, "I am the avatar of Baal. Fear my... I am the Slayer, the avatar of Baal. Fear my murder." And you hear this voice. And the avatar says, "You'll never destroy my followers. You'll never. People fear me too much. They feed off this fear, and that fear gives me power." And you hear this voice, and this voice says, "I'm going to kill all of the gods that destroyed my family and more." And out of the darkness rises this Booterbot. Since it's the first time you're interacting with him, roll me a d6. 1 to 2 zombie, 3, 4 skeleton, and 5, 6 wizard.
It's a 6.
You see this. That's bad for you guys for next time. You see this very powerful looking wizard emerge from the shadows. He says, "I am Doomhand. I come for the followers of the gods. You and all of them will rest in peace." And that's where we'll stop.